Hello everyone, thank you for being with me this afternoon. My name is Albert DiLeo. I'm the Director of Sales over here at No Cap Hemp Co. And I'm very excited to be here with you today and looking forward to any of your comments and questions after the presentation. So let's get right into it. We here at No Cap Hemp Co. have a problem. We have been tracking over the last year and we have discovered that over the last 8 months, we are losing $50,000 per month in potential sales. This is sales that we could have made if we had had the physical production ability to make the product. We at No Cap Hemp Co. are slow to produce and slow to deliver. Sam Altman said, "Move fast. Speed is your greatest advantage over larger competitors." So what are we going to do? We need to lease the warehouse facility next door. We will then move our packaging and shipping departments over to the new warehouse next door. We will free up space in our existing facility. We will double our production from 1 tent to 2 clean tents. This will double our ability to produce product. We will then take our new space. Half of it will be devoted to packaging, where we can add 2 extra tables, bringing us up from 2 to 4. Then we can move over to shipping, where we can have a full side devoted to it, giving them actual space to move around. This will enable us to install a whole new shipping procedure and process that will greatly speed up our entire sales process. We need to expand our operation by purchasing the facility next door. This will increase our production capacity, speed up our sales process, and as a result of those first two, we will build up a more positive reputation throughout the industry, specifically with customers. So let's go over these a little bit more detail one at a time, starting with increasing production capacity. Now, it's pretty obvious, and there are numerous studies out there that will tell you if you increase production capacity, you can increase revenue. It's one of those things that's so obvious, like you wonder why somebody even bothered to do a study about it. But let's use a more real-world example. We all know Amazon. You probably have a Prime truck driving past your house right now. But let's rewind the clock a little bit here. Let's go back to 1997. Jeff Bezos has just moved the company out of his mother's garage. They just opened up their first facility on the West Coast and went public. They have a huge decision in front of them and a lot of responsibility. They can either open up a secondary facility on the East Coast and roll the dice, or they can continue doing what they're doing and doing well at home. Spoiler alert, Jeff Bezos decided to open up the secondary facility on the East Coast. This ended up being in New Jersey. This allowed them to have next day deliveries to New York, and the rest is history. So that's a little example of the power of increasing production. Let's also talk about speeding up the sales process and what that means and why it's important. 80% of sales are going to go to the first guy to reach out to the customer. Being the fastest man in sales is one of the most important things. If we do not speed up our sales, we're going to continue to lose this revenue month after month, and it's going to only get worse around holiday seasons or when we see any kind of a demand spike. So that's increasing production capacity and speeding up the sales process. These two will inherently lead to enhancing the reputation with the customers in the industry, in and around the industry. A positive brand image itself will draw in new business just through the buzz on the street and through the internet. These things can do wondrous things for a small company like ours. All things are gained through good reputation, which are gained through these 3 steps. Research suggests that focusing on the brand image can be more valuable to management than actually focusing on the financial information of the company. Think about how mind-blowing that is. To me, I was absolutely floored. So we can see that there's something to be done here, but what's the argument against it? It's very simple. The argument against it comes squarely down to money. There are numerous costs involved with this. There are the costs of leasing the new facility. There's the cost of onboarding new employees. There's the cost of the actual physical move itself. There's quite a bit. In fact, we've narrowed it down, come out to about $80,000. The lease, $5,000 a month. $4,000 is the rent. $1,000 is the utilities. An additional $20,000 will be set aside for the move. So that's it. It's a tough decision to make. It's going to take It's going to take some fortitude on our part. There's also the added effect that we're going to be at a lower capacity for a little time as the move happens and probably right afterwards. Now, we can negate a little bit of this if we build up our production a little bit more in the weeks leading up. But the rebuttal is very simple as well. It comes down to the math. There is currently, we're losing $50,000 per month. Let's assume we could produce the revenue, we could produce the product to warrant the revenue. That would bring us in an additional $600,000 per year. At an average profit margin of 35%, that's $180,000. The total cost of the move of the entire plan is $80,000. In the first year, we'll make an additional $180,000. Every year after that, it's profit. As you can see, it's more expensive not to do this than to just sit on the side and wait. And again, things are only going to get worse as time goes on. These problems are going to build and build and build until it really does become a breaking point. So remember, in closing, we can do something about this. We have a huge opportunity in front of us. The warehouse next door has opened up. It gives us an opportunity as a small company to use our speed, to use our maneuverability to get in there and really expand our business into the next wave. We need to increase our production capacity, speed up our sales process, which will increase our name and recognition throughout the industry. I formally request that we lease the warehouse next door in order to be able to produce more wonderful products for our amazing customers. As a final quote I'd like to leave you, nothing is more difficult and more precious than to be able to decide. Take time to deliberate. But when the time for talk has come and gone, take action. Stop thinking and go in. Napoleon Bonaparte. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate your time, and congratulations on class. Bye.